Welcome, friends. We are continuing here the discussion on sun with respect to the attributes of sun or signification of sun as soul. And I have said that implies that when we say sun is the significator of soul, we also mean that it actually represents the great cosmic process of animation perpetually operative in this universe. And that can be seen from each horoscope, and any astrologer can note it that healthier the sun in the horoscope, more animated is the native. When the sun is highly afflicted in the horoscope, the native appears to be less energetic because of the lack of intrinsic inner strength called Atmbal. The closer study of the sun in the birth map also gives informations appertain to the mysteries associated with the inner configuration of the embodied being, because soul is a very mysterious thing. So sun, being a representative of the soul, also represents deeper mysteries operating in nature. The pulsations of the planet sun stands on the brink of those energies that restore the unity of the man with the eternal spiritual world, which in the language of tantric word is also called Kalaraj. And this Kalaraj, just to tell in short, extends beyond the our perceivable or known ambits of time and space. It is this region that sunshine is also said to be representing the existence of man on the spiritual plane. We all know that man exists simultaneously on three planes, that is, physical, mental, or psychological, and spiritual planes. The Lagna represents existence on physical plane, moon sign represents our existence on psychological plane, and sun sign represents our existence on a spiritual plane. So, the vibrations of sun in actuality shows a link between the finite consciousness subsisting in the incarnated soul with the eternal consciousness pervading the whole cosmos. Currents of sun in the horoscope gives indications as to how closely a person is linked with the divinity or the divine word. As we all know that the individual ego is the expression of eternal ego only or eternal soul only. But in the embodied form, it remains ignorant of its latent glories. Man absolutely has no idea about his spiritual potentials hidden in him. Only some adept can know this, and a closer analysis of horoscope can give some idea about this, and only on the basis of those spiritual potentials hidden in the man, the perceptors used to train their disciples on the path of meditation. And sun is, or the disposition of sun in the horoscope is the pivotal for extracting all those informations from the nativity. The sharpness or the prominence or the propensity of the latent spiritual glow in a person is basically determined by the individual karmic ruts under the sway of which rebirth of a person is enabled. And as per the laws of karma or karmic retribution, everything in the creation of new body and environment is affected by the karmic energy signature or the previous karmic runnels of the native, but the primal glow of the soul in the body does not change in any case or under any circumstances. So when we say that sun is the significator of soul, it means it is the principle of cosmic animation and the existence of the native on a spiritual plane, banking upon which a person can chalk out his plans for further evolution through arduous yogic practices in this terrestrial sojourn. Few things or a hazy idea about this I am trying to give here so as to enable the students to know something about the propensity of the latent spiritual potential or the potential of the inner soul strength or Atmbal in the horoscope. An exalted sun shows the more radiant glow and sharper link of the native with the divine principles. But a debilitate sun would therefore show opposite indications in this respect. The sun or planet sun conjoined with or aspected by Ketu in the horoscope indicates a strong inner hunch for liberation. So the man will crave to move on the path of spirituality. But on the other hand, same thing with Rahu implies that the embodied soul is more inclined or willing to get involved in worldly things, or it would be indicative of his susceptibility to the sensual pull of this material environment. While Jupiter's influence on Sun is indicative of, say, sophisticated, dignified, and respectful conductance of life affairs, the influence of Sun, on the other hand, shows the conspiratorial proclivities of the native. Opposition of Sun and Saturn in the chart normally shows that the native would be victim of conspiracies hatched by his own kiths and kins, and he will have to struggle through those opprobriums during the currency of his life. Influence of Mars on Sun in the horoscope shows the flamboyancy of the incarnated soul and also the tendency to go for disputes, conflicts, and long term battles, maybe on physical or legal plane, to uphold the voice of justice. Likewise, the features of the embodied being can be gleaned from the disposition of Sun in the birth map in respect to the influence it is receiving from different planets. All this happens because the vibrations of sun simultaneously articulates itself with the three bodies of the man, that is the gross body, a gross physical body or sthul sharir of the native, the invisible subtle body or the ling sharir, and the causal body or the karan sharir. Sun remains connected to all these bodies of a person all the time, and as such its currents keep on working in triplic manner at all the levels. It controls the blending of three gunas, sattva, raj, and tam, in a person, and also determines the trigunatmak shakt hidden in a person. In other words, we may say that everything that is associated with sun is enveloped in the eternal fold of triplicity, and each of those triplet components is again sevenfold in configuration. In the texts of Tantra and Yoga, we find several names for this triplet constitution of a person. For example, the cosmic sun is called Agni or ignition. The second is Sabita or radiation, and the third is Soma or reflection. Sometimes we will discuss about all these things in detail in some other session. I am closing the discussion here. Thank you.